I'm really honored to have you for this interview. They've said great things about you. Many people have said great things about you. Some have said not so great things about you, but I imagine that's part of the territory.
It is, and um, Dave is doing the best he can as well. And um, a lot of people have said some not so nice things about Dave, and I think that um, some people haven't done the work that I know that you and I have, Philippe, and those other people who say those things about me. I love and accept them for who they are, but they're coming from their wounding.
Hmm. What would you say is the greatest thing about you, and or what is the greatest thing that people say about you?
The greatest thing about me is probably how humble I am. When you've led the life that I have and you've ascended 12 stages of consciousness, um, it, it really brings you back to earth in a really humble way. And it's a lot of responsibility, but it is also, I feel like my greatest quality is is uh, is I have no ego anymore, and it's freeing.
Can you tell us more about your identity as an egoless being?
Well, um,
Hmm. Yeah, potent.
I know you understand.
Yeah. What are some of the worst things that people say about you?
You know, I don't I don't recognize judgment from other people. All I see is them projecting themselves. So what people say about me is really what they're saying about themselves. And I actually fundamentally believe that no one is ever actually talking about me when they say things that some people perceive as negative, because I believe we're actually all just 100% responsible for our own experience, and what we do and what we say is just an extension of who we are. The illusion of separateness is something that I've really come to understand as I've ascended through the 14 stages of consciousness. And yeah, yeah, that's a good question, though.
Hmm. Thank you. What's a pearl of wisdom that you would like the watchers to leave with?
You know, it's hard. Like let's use the metaphor of being a musician. What would Pavarotti say to a beginner singer, right? Would that really help them? I'm so far along on this journey. Sometimes I don't even know what to say to people uh, that are many stages below me. Um, I think that it's, you know, people often say that gurus and giving your power away to someone else is a bad idea. And, you know, I think if you find someone that you really feel like you trust, like you meet them and you just instantly feel like I I don't know anything about this person, but I have a good feeling, and I'm and let's just take a leap and go for it and just give them your power. I think that's worth trusting. I think that we really, that's our inner knowing saying this person is our guide.
Thank you. Some people have gone as far as calling you a womanizer. What do you have to say to that?
I don't know what does that even mean, to womanize. Uh, I have an inner woman with eyes, and I have eyes.
I
What is a womanizer?
I think
even?
I think what they mean is,
are words even?
I think what they mean is you really like women, and you have a tendency to want to get close to them.
You know, this is absolutely not true. I was put on this earth as a healer, and you know, I was thinking about this yesterday, and it's like, am I ever not healing? All my interactions are about service to others and healing. I don't. I mean, because I've worked through these stages, and my ego is not a factor anymore. I'm not ever doing anything for myself. I'm purely in service to others. And I have found, you know, in our culture today, the people who really need the most are young women. It's not easy being a young woman in today's environment. You know, you're sexualized, you're objectified, and people just want you for sex, and that is so sad to me. So I offer myself as a healer and sometimes a sexual healer to those women as a service. I mean, it makes me even just tear up a little bit thinking about the good that I do, and how it just comes from I'm just pure love.
Can you give us a deeper sense or transmission of the deeper love that you embody?
Imagine that my love is the sun, and each mala bead that I'm wearing represents one sun of love. It's almost infinite. It's almost too hard to even to count or even imagine how much love there is. It's sort of like stars in the galaxy, or even other galaxies. It's a lot. I marvel at my own capacity at times for love. Love is all there is, really.
What's been your biggest challenge? What's the biggest challenge you're overcoming right now?
It's you know, waking people up is not easy. People are very resistant to that. The biggest challenge I face is, you know, my presence often intimidates people. I'm big. I show up big. I love big. I vibrate big, and that activates people. I don't try to do that, but it's just who I am, and I've had to ask myself, like, am I willing to make myself smaller so that other people get less triggered? And the answer is no. I'm not willing to do that. And I'm a stand for everybody not being a smaller version of themselves to please other people. It's not easy. It's not easy being who I am, because I'm a clearing for other people to really see their own triggers.
Well, that's deep.
It's a lot.
Speaking of big, I couldn't help but notice this little pouch around your neck with is that a Magnum condom?
This is a very special special
Can,
pouch.
can you lift it up so we can see it
This
on the camera?
This is, I think, the pouch you're referring to. This was given to me by a shaman in the Amazon. There was a tribe in the Amazon, and I was walking through, and they spotted me, and they read my energetic signature, and they knew there was something special about me, and they called me over, and they said, son, come to us, and a group of elders, and there was one elder that was on his deathbed, and he had been making pouches for many, many years, and he made this pouch and said, this is a pouch from Amazon, and we want you to have this. It is a very special pouch. This is my finest pouch, he said, and he handed it to me in his dying breath. He said, this is for you. And then he died. And this came from Amazon. And it's a very special pouch, and it came to me in a very special way.
And well, I was mostly curious about the content, but I really appreciate the story.
Yeah. I carry this for other people because I believe, I don't personally believe in the use of condoms because vibrationally, I know that I don't need protection. But there are times when others, and so I want to let them know that I am here for their safety. And this just appeared. I don't even remember putting this in here. It is, my life is just full of magic.
Speaking of magic, what are your thoughts on sexuality?
What are my thoughts on life? What are my thoughts on thoughts? What are my thoughts on everything?
Well, it's a lot of questions. It's sort of leaving me a little bit.
You have a lot to think about. I mean, it's. I don't want to give people answers. I want them to think for themselves. It's not easy when I have a lot of answers. I cultivated a lot of wisdom over the years. Like I said, I turned 26 last year, and that was a big year. Really feel like I'm entering into my elder stage. But I don't want to give people all the answers. I want them to learn things for themselves.
Anything else you would like to? There's going to be a show at FireLight, and
Transmission, I like to call it.
a transmission. And what would you like people to know about the transmission before they see it, and why should they come?
Yeah, it will be life changing. I mean, I know that word gets tossed around a lot, but really be prepared to have your life be very different afterwards. It's a powerful transmission, been passed down through many lineages, and I'm going to be bringing that to the FireLight stage, and it's potent. It is potent medicine. I can't hold back. I mean, I've tried, and it does not work. So what I'll be bringing is a combination of guitar playing, singing, and there will be tunes that I've written that are especially written for all the different chakras and all the cells in your body. I've actually tuned my guitar to resonate with every single cell in the human body. It took about 3 lifetimes, but I'm here now, and so all your cells will be vibrating, and So just, be prepared. And then there will be a performance, and then the next day there will be a chakra signing. Because once your chakras are open and clear and aligned, as they will be after the show, then I can approach them. I don't approach unaligned chakras. Not anymore.
How much seriousness should people bring to the show when they're just about to experience your transmission?
I mean, I used to put expectations on people, and I found that it's already a lot for people to show up to the show. And I do ask for people to really bring the kind of reverence and depth that I hold. And if they're wearing spiritual clothing, that is ideal. Ideally, flowy robes. White is always prefer white and gold. And to really prepare yourself and your body for that experience. It is a sacred thing. It is a sacred thing, these gatherings and these performances. And so, please come prepared.
Last question. What is your favorite line of all of your songs? What's the line you would like to leave the watchers with? Significant, meaningful.
There's a line in one of the songs that people laugh a lot, and I don't really understand why, because it is true, and it is something that I had the experience of when I was in the Amazon, when I was given this pouch. And the line is in a song, and the line is, "I drink ayahuasca for breakfast." And I wrote that from a really deep place. I had really literally been drinking ayahuasca for breakfast for about a month straight. And I was just crying and shedding layers, and I just felt it. I felt the words come to me, and then it's an E chord, and I play the E chord, and I deliver the line, "I drink ayahuasca for breakfast." And it's really one of the more profound statements of truth and vulnerability from me when I share it. And it's hard. It's hard because people laugh, and I don't understand why. But it's really a prophetic moment for me that I get to share that. But that's a true story.
Beautiful. Could you sing it? Would you be willing to just sing that line so we get to hear its potency?
I could, I'll just maybe sing that verse. It's a chorus of a song called "So Spiritual It Hurts," which again just comes from my vulnerability. At some point, if spirituality doesn't come with pain and suffering, you kind of wonder if you're doing it right. Maybe you're just buying the clothes and making it seem like you're spiritual, but you're not actually doing the work, right? I drink ayahuasca for breakfast. I do iboga for dessert. I paint mandalas with my lingam. I'm so spiritual, it hurts.
Beautiful. It was a joy to have you. Looking forward to your potent transmission, Boodananda.